What goals are you currently pursuing?
I'm currently pursuing two main objectives: completing my professional certification in digital marketing and improving my French language skills. Both align with my career aspirations in international business, where multilingual abilities and technical expertise are equally valuable. I dedicate 2 hours daily to structured learning, balancing online courses with practical application through mock projects and language exchange meetups.
Why did you choose to pursue this particular path?
My decision to pursue environmental engineering stems from witnessing coastal erosion in my hometown. The tangible impact of climate change motivated me to specialize in sustainable infrastructure solutions. This field combines my aptitude for physics with my desire to create practical ecological interventions, making the challenging coursework deeply meaningful.
How do you stay motivated when pursuing long-term goals?
I maintain motivation by breaking ambitious targets into manageable milestones with clear deadlines. When pursuing my master's degree, I celebrated small victories like submitting each research chapter on time. Visual progress trackers and accountability partners help sustain momentum during demanding periods when the end goal seems distant.
Have you ever pursued a hobby seriously?
Yes, I pursued competitive badminton for 3 years during secondary school. What began as casual play evolved into rigorous training when I joined the district team. The discipline required daily drills, dia monitoring, and match analysis taught me that passionate pursuit transforms ordinary activities into extraordinary skills.
Do you think children should pursue academic or creative interests more?
A balanced pursuit of both is ideal. While academic foundations are crucial, creative pursuits like music or painting develop problem-solving flexibility. Schools should nurture dual-track development. My niece's school integrates robotics with drama classes, proving that structured and imaginative pursuits can synergize beautifully when pursued with equal emphasis. I'd like to talk about my university professor, Dr. Evelyn Reed, who persuaded me to take on a challenging research project during my final year. This happened about 3 years ago, just as I was beginning to think about my dissertation topic and feeling quite overwhelmed by the sheer volume of choices and the pressure to excel. At that time, I was leaning towards a much safer, more conventional topic for my final research, something I felt confident I could manage without too much difficulty. However, Dr. Reed, who taught my advanced biology module, saw a potential in me that I hadn't quite recognized myself. She approached me after a lecture and suggested I consider a project focused on gene editing techniques in plant science, which was a relatively new and complex area, even for our department. She knew I had a strong theoretical understanding, but lacked practical experience in such cutting-edge fields. Dr. Reed persuaded me to do it by appealing to my intellectual curiosity and my desire to push my own boundaries. She didn't just tell me to do it. She meticulously laid out why it would be beneficial for me. She explained that while it would be incredibly demanding, it would expose me to advanced laboratory techniques, critical thinking at a higher level, and connect me with a network of researchers in a rapidly evolving field. She assured me that she would provide ample guidance and support, but stressed that the real growth would come from tackling something that genuinely challenged me. She spoke passionately about the project's potential impact and how it would distinguish my academic profile, opening doors to postgraduate studies or research roles that a more conventional project simply wouldn't. Her belief in my capabilities, even when I doubted myself, was incredibly motivating. In the end, yes, I absolutely did it. I took on the gene editing project, and it was, without a doubt, the most demanding academic endeavor of my university life. There were countless late nights in the lab, moments of frustration when experiments failed, and times when I felt completely out of my depth. However, Dr. Reed was true to her word, providing invaluable mentorship and encouragement. Completing that project and successfully presenting my findings was an immense personal and academic triumph. It not only deepened my understanding of biology, but also taught me resilience, problem-solving skills, and the importance of stepping outside my comfort zone. Her persuasion genuinely changed the trajectory of my academic interests and significantly boosted my confidence in my abilities.
How do societal expectations influence individuals' pursuit of their goals?
Societal expectations exert a profound and often complex influence on how individuals pursue their goals, shaping both the aspirations themselves and the methods employed to achieve them. On one hand, society can provide a framework of acceptable and desirable paths, such as encouraging higher education, stable careers, or forming families. This can offer a sense of direction and validation, potentially making the pursuit feel more legitimate and providing clear benchmarks for progress. Community support, educational institutions, and established career ladders often arise from these collective expectations, facilitating certain types of pursuits. However, the influence can also be restrictive. When societal norms are rigid, they can inadvertently narrow an individual's perceived options, discouraging deviations from conventional paths, even if those paths are not genuinely aligned with personal passions or talents. There's often immense pressure to conform, to achieve success as defined by external metrics like wealth or status, which can lead to stress, burnout, and a feeling of inadequacy if one's personal journey doesn't match these external ideals. The fear of social judgment or failure to meet these benchmarks can deter individuals from exploring unconventional but potentially fulfilling pursuits, ultimately limiting creativity and personal growth. Ultimately, navigating one's personal aspirations amidst the subtle and overt pressures of societal expectations becomes a critical balancing act for many people.
What impact does technology have on pursuing aspirations?
Technology has fundamentally reshaped the landscape for pursuing aspirations, offering both unprecedented opportunities and new complexities compared to previous generations. In the past, pursuing a niche passion or a unique career path might have been severely limited by geographical isolation, lack of resources, and limited access to information. Today, digital platforms and the internet have democratized access to knowledge, skills, and networks on a global scale. Someone aspiring to be a niche artist can connect with an international audience, a budding entrepreneur can learn business skills through online courses, and a scientist can collaborate with peers across continents. Remote work opportunities have also freed individuals from geographical constraints, allowing them to pursue careers while maintaining a desired lifestyle. However, this technological enablement isn't without its downsides. The sheer volume of information can be overwhelming, leading to analysis paralysis or distraction. The constant exposure to others' highlight reels on social media can foster unhealthy comparisons, creating undue pressure and feelings of inadequacy about one's own progress. Furthermore, while technology lowers barriers to entry in many fields, it simultaneously intensifies global competition, meaning that standing out requires even greater innovation and skill. So while technology offers powerful tools, its true impact depends heavily on how individuals strategically leverage it while mitigating its inherent challenges.
Do you think governments have a responsibility to support citizens in pursuing their ambitions?
I strongly believe that governments do have a significant responsibility to support citizens in pursuing their personal and professional ambitions, albeit within a carefully defined framework. This support shouldn't translate to dictating individual choices, but rather to creating an enabling environment where ambitions can realistically flourish. This includes ensuring access to high-quality, affordable education and vocational training, which are fundamental building blocks for any pursuit. Beyond that, governments should invest in robust infrastructure, digital and physical, that facilitates economic activity and connectivity. Providing adequate social safety nets, such as affordable healthcare and unemployment benefits, can reduce the existential fear that often prevents individuals from taking risks necessary to pursue ambitious goals or from recovering from setbacks. Furthermore, fostering a fair and competitive economic landscape through regulation and investing in research and development can open up new industries and opportunities. While individual initiative remains paramount, Government's role is to level the playing field, remove systemic barriers, and provide the foundational resources and stability that empower citizens to chase their dreams, contributing not only to individual fulfillment but also to broader societal progress and economic growth.
In what ways might the pursuit of material wealth affect people's overall well-being?
The pursuit of material wealth can have a profoundly dualistic effect on people's overall well-being. On one hand, a certain degree of financial security is undeniably positive for well-being. It provides basic needs like shelter, food, and healthcare, alleviating immediate anxieties and allowing individuals to pursue higher-order goals like education, self-actualization, or giving back to the community. Wealth can offer opportunities for enriching experiences, quality leisure, and greater freedom of choice, which can certainly enhance life satisfaction. However, when the pursuit of material wealth becomes the sole or overriding goal, its effects often turn detrimental. This relentless drive can lead to chronic stress, long working hours, and neglected relationships, ultimately eroding physical and mental health. The hedonic treadmill effect suggests that people quickly adapt to new levels of wealth, constantly needing more to maintain the same level of happiness, leading to perpetual dissatisfaction. It can foster greed, ethical compromises, and a narrowing of one's values, potentially diminishing empathy and genuine human connection. Moreover, a society overly focused on material accumulation might experience increased social inequality and competition, negatively impacting the collective well-being. Therefore, while money can be a powerful tool, its singular pursuit often comes at the expense of genuine contentment, which is often found in non-material aspects of life.
How do different cultures approach the concept of pursuing a successful life?
The concept of pursuing a successful life varies significantly across cultures, reflecting deeply ingrained values, historical contexts, and societal structures. In many Western individualistic cultures, success is often synonymous with personal achievement, career advancement, financial independence, and individual happiness or self-fulfillment. The pursuit here might involve a relentless drive for personal growth, innovation, and standing out from the crowd, with education often viewed as a means to a competitive career. Conversely, in many Eastern or collectivist cultures, the definition of a successful life frequently incorporates aspects of family honor, community contribution, social harmony, and duty. Success might be measured by one's ability to support elderly parents, raise well-adjusted children, maintain strong social ties, or contribute to the collective good of the village or nation, rather than solely individual accolades. Stable employment, perhaps in a long-standing company, might be valued more than entrepreneurial risk-taking. Spiritual development or adherence to religious principles can also be central to a successful life in some cultures, transcending purely material or professional metrics. While globalization is creating some convergence in these ideals, these distinct cultural lenses continue to shape what individuals aspire to, how they pursue these aspirations, and what ultimately constitutes a life well lived in their respective societies.